Hello, beautiful mutant, and welcome, eclectic minds of the world. So, yesterday was an eventful day. Interesting day, very interesting day. And then today has actually been quite active as well, but I think it's just more a continuation of yesterday. Um, so, yesterday morning, I went for a walk. Actually, I guess I'll get to that part. So yeah, yesterday morning I watched a video called Schumann's Radiant. For some reason, Schumann is without the C, which it almost seems like it should be without the C because otherwise it should be pronounced Schumann. Maybe it is pronounced Schumann. Is it Schuman's resonance? Oh my god! So it's not Schumann. Schumann. Okay. No, it's Schumann. Anyways, squirrel. Um, so yeah, Schumann's Radiant. Nothing to do with Schumann's resonance. I found out. Maybe that's why they took the C out. Uh, and then because I'm not sure where the radiance is coming from, because other than the video I saw yesterday on Versadoco, which is a very fascinating, very interesting channel. If you ever get a chance to, if you want a new channel that has some very fascinating videos, yeah, I watched about. Am I doing everything okay? I watched about 15 videos of the channel. Yeah, and have had my mind blown several times by that channel. So, anyways, so I knew I was going to watch it yesterday morning because it's one of the channels I subscribed to, and it came out Friday night. So it didn't let me down. So anyway, so afterwards I just then doing some googling on to see if I can find any more information regarding the radian, but not so much the Schumann's radian, but more to do with the 36th parallel north, right? Wow, did I find some interesting information in the Mediterranean, in ancient Mediterranean. The 36th parallel was sort of like referred to as like for navigational purposes as the equator. In the United States, the 36th parallel is roughly the sun belt. And yeah, and a bit more. And then I went for my walk. And oh yeah, and then when I was like like I said, when I was like doing, just found in for so this human resonance, I've been aware of it for quite a while, and it's sort of like there's some people that like they're. I bet you if I look, I can find out like where it's tracked now that I'm doing more research into it, sort of thing. But yeah, it's this this the heartbeat of Earth, right? Of 7.83 hertz, and that's what I made that weird comment to one of my good friends yesterday regarding if you add 7.83, the hertz of the Earth, to the when you right now like the 432 hertz for tuning in A is sometimes referred to as nature's tuning, and there's a lot of people like the nature's beat sort of thing, and nature's whatever frequency, and a lot of people have tuned in 432 as opposed to 440 sort of thing. And so if you add 432 to 7.83, you get 439.83 sort of thing. And 440 is what's been since officially worldwide, I think in the early 50s, but it started like in the States in the 1920s or something like that. I gotta look. I've done research into it before. So, and again, it's the tuning from Europe like back in the 1800s. I probably was 432 was probably most common, but like 440. But there's other ones as well, right? So it's just not the 432 and 440. There's lots. So you get right. Anyways, that's something that sorry I brought up. Not important. Scratch that. You can ignore the last 15 minutes. You know what? Maybe I'll even edit it. I don't really edit it, so maybe I should edit, or maybe I shouldn't edit. You tell me. Anyways, so if I better get a good move on. It's already like 5:23 into it. 5:25, sort of thing, but it's 5:23. Where in the world was I going? So anyways, yeah, so I went for a walk and I tried 3 attempts to make a video and it just wasn't happening, so it didn't happen. Obviously not the case today because, like I said, I'm already like 6 minutes. And in the 3 attempts yesterday, I didn't get past like the 3 or 4 minute mark, and I was like unhappy with it. So, I went for a walk, went back home. So yeah, so there's that, and then like, as the day progressed, I kept on, right, and then I was reading, and I don't know if it was already in my mind, but I started reading how to play music. The book that I paid $20 from this guy at a music shop that brought it from home. Very interesting book. It's more of like, again, it's the same style as Khan Academy and Shaw Academy. Woohoo! Tomorrow's Monday, week number 46 tomorrow. See how I squirrel so much? I just go all over the place. Anyways, and so yeah, so this leads me into the third Schumann, Robert Schumann, the composer, who I have his record, which the record I have that I included in the email again to my friend. If anybody else is watching this, they're like, what the hell is he talking to me at? The record, maybe I'll post it, since I've talked about it in the video, I'll post it in the link, is the 1960 release, U.S. release. And if you Google or Wikipedia or like to the archive.net, or which I'm going to talk about in a little bit later as well, they showed the 1970 U.S. release of the piano and like and yeah, no, but the one I've got is like more interesting. So anyways, and then I know also that Colin Wilson talked about Schumann, and actually talks about Schumann in the same breath as Mozart and Beethoven as far as concertos. So there's that, and the concerto is the only concerto that he ever did. And then on the other side is Wallenstein, which is a story of the forest scenes or something like that. There's 9 musical pieces. So I listened to both sides last night, late at night. Awesome. I'm gonna listen to them again. And then woke up today and I thought, okay, well, yeah, the 3 Schumanns, which is like Robert Schumann. The Schumann's resident is Winfried Otto Schumann, and the paper of that I mentioned, I can't remember it right now, but that name is Andrew Schumann. And so after I sent the email to you this morning, I did a deep dive on the 3 Schumanns. The composer, very interesting. I won't go too much, but born in 1810, died in 1856 of mental health, but married Clara, who was also a famous pianist. They had children. I'm not sure. I did a good through Wikipedia, like hopping all over the place for a good 20-25 minutes. Not sure where I want to focus with that guy. I'm trying to find a connection between the 3, or try to find something that's very unique that someone, that one might not know. Like I said, trying to combine the 3. And then, so yeah, because I started that, and then after about 15 minutes, so I'm not writing anything down. I'm just trying to absorb sort of thing, just gather information. The gathering, okay. Yeah, and they're like research, I guess. Um, and this might be a bigger project. Maybe I'll do like a 2-page summary or something like that, and then I don't know, maybe how much more or something like that. Who knows? Uh, and then the second one um, is to do with I think is probably going to more concentrate on the what am I where am I going with it? I'm going with the Schumann's resonance, how they calculate it. So it's all to do with lightnings and storms and stuff like that. And again, very interesting, very deep dive. Definitely know what I'm focusing on that aspect. But interesting tidbit on Winfried Otto Schumann. In 1946, he was one of the scientists that was brought to the United States in Operation Paperclip. So there's that. And he's only in yes, for a couple of years, and they went back to Germany in 1948, where he retired in 1960 and passed away in 1974. And lastly, we have Andrew Schumann, which he's got a whole bunch of publications. So I'm just gonna try to find, like, if they've already got a couple of articles that look interesting, that I'm gonna just do more research into. So having said that, and then so that was that took about an hour or so, an hour and a bit, and I thought, okay, well, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to. I think I was about 9:30 or 10 o'clock at that point, and I wanted to wait a bit long. It was starting to get warm. I should have gone for a walk then, but so I refreshed the YouTube, the page on my computer a couple times, just just waiting for something to like jump out at me, sort of thing, and say, yeah, me, pick me, right? And sure enough, about that, it didn't take me long. I think maybe only after about a couple minutes. Sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it takes less. But what came up was a video by the channel Berlin Beats Banter, I think it's called. Never heard of it. It was eye catching, right? The title was something like structured loop set. So it was definitely saying, yeah, I look really interesting. And it had like I think he's got like 38 subscribers. The video had like 239 views, and it was released 4 days ago. Had no comments, or maybe had one or two. No, I don't think I had any comments. Or maybe it's just released today. Anyways, it doesn't really matter, but it was released recently. And so I clicked on it, and I was like hooked instantly. I listened to the entire set. It was like just over an hour and 2 minutes. Continuous like dance music, I was using it like for pretty much like for inspiration, like the entire thing, like the intro, the middle part, just everything about it. They were using like AI generated images that were like on a loop. There was only about 4 or 5 different scenes, but some of them had like just it was just funny, right? Because I can just imagine, like, the guy probably just typed in a whole bunch of words, and this is what came up, sort of thing. But it was like, it was awesome, like I said, like the entire hour. And then so towards the end of the hour, it's sort of like, okay, well, this is almost something. What am I going to do now? Well, I want to go for my walk, and I was planning. Oh yeah, like, because I usually wait until after I feed the dogs before I go for a walk. Usually between 11 and 11:30, their lunch. So that's why first I did this time. So backtrack. So last night when I was listening to Schumann, piano concerto air by the Vienna Philharmonic. There was another record that I pulled out in case I had time, or wasn't tired, and it was the soundtrack to Exodus by Ernest Gold. And So I was looking at it as I was listening to the end of listening to the end of the techno set, and it's sort of like, you know what? I bet you at archive.org, that famous site that I get all my good movies like Inherit the Wind, which was also released in 1960. Interesting. 1960. Inherit the Wind, because I think Chariot of the Gods was also 1960. The record Schumann is 1960, and then this movie Exodus, the soundtrack and the movie also came out in 1960. Okay. So I've watched I've been listening. I watched the first half hour of the movie before coming on my walk. So that's it. Stay tuned.